All right, we good?
Mm-hmm.
Good evening. Thank you all for being here. We're going to open tonight with a public hearing. And this will be, we have two, but they'll be short. So the first one is concerning the intent of the board to sell, but not to exceed $1,875,000, the general obligation school bonds alternate revenue source. Jill, may I have a roll call?
Yes, Mrs. Wacholder,
Present.
Mrs. Lazarevsky.
Here.
Mr. Tarjan, Mr. Genovese,
Here.
Mr. Parisi, Mrs. Salvador,
Here.
Mr. Theberg.
Present.
This hearing is being held to receive comments regarding the district's plan to sell bonds for the purpose of building and equipping in addition to and altering, repairing, and equipping the Pennoyer Elementary School, including without limitation, adding office and storage space, updating safety features, and remodeling the gymnasium and stage. Does the board have any questions at this time? Okay, is there any public comment regarding this? Okay, I need a motion to please close the hearing.
Motion.
Claudia,
Second.
second. Dan. Jill, may I have a roll call?
Yes, Mrs. Wacholder,
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky.
Yes.
Mr. Genovese,
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador,
Yes.
Mr. Theberg.
Yes.
Okay, and now we will move to public hearing number 2, which is regarding the 2026 budget. Jill, may I have a roll call?
Yes, Mrs. Wacholder,
Present?
Mrs. Lazarevsky.
Here.
Mr. Tarjan, Mr. Genovese,
Here.
Mr. Parisi, Mrs. Salvador,
Yes. Here.
Mr. Theberg.
Here.
Okay, at this time, Pat will do a presentation on our 2026 budget.
All right, thank you. So our FY26 budget is put together and has been, it's been all completed. Thank you, Teresa Sego and Dr. Kopta. We worked on that together. So just as we get started in this presentation, just wanted to just discuss some high-level requirements and functions of the budget. So what's the purpose of the budget? Well, it grants the legal authority. It's the official instrument authorizing the district to expend the funds. It ensures fiscal compliance. It satisfies all of the state's ISB's local reporting requirements that were mandated by them in state law. It mandates public transparency, so this budget is posted on display for 30 days prior to the formal hearing. It requires a public notice, which is published in a newspaper, and it sets a firm deadline by September 30th that the board adopts the budget. So this hearing right now is part of that process, and we are just wrapping that up. So I just want to make note that property tax distribution in Cook County has been delayed, and this will affect our revenue sources for the year. So as of right now, I'm not aware that they've even been sent out. So if they haven't been sent out, none of them have been paid. Therefore, the district has not received any money. And then, as we know, local tax revenue is our largest source of revenue for the district. So we have been working with the township treasurer. We've been looking at our cash flow and our budget, and we feel like we're in a really good place. But I just wanted to let the board know the situation that the revenue stream that we anticipate on a regular basis, year to year, has been delayed. And so we are going to be monitoring that, the timelines. We're going to be looking at our funds, our cash flow, and if we need to make any recommendations for transfer to accommodate some of this gaps in revenue streams, then we will bring it to the board's attention. But that is just something that we're dealing with, but I just wanted to inform the board that we are working on that, we are aware of it, and we're doing the best we can, and we're planning for what we can do, what we can control. Something else I wanted to inform the board on is our funding sources from a federal and state level. It has changed. So as we look for the federal funding for FY26, it looks that our numbers will be approximately 20% less of revenue coming from those federal sources. So as we worked on our budget, that is something we did take into account, and we did have that reduction in our revenue from federal funding as compared to years before. So it's just something that is happening now, and just wanted to inform you of that. In addition, there's also an anticipated decrease in state funding. So we anticipate that EBF, or evidence-based funding, will also possibly go down as well. So that's something that we're aware of, and we're looking, we're considering that in our budget, and we will update the board as future developments occur. So federal funding, state funding, there's some challenges right there with those funding amounts. So as we look at the budget for FY26, we can see that we have a difference of about $2.8 million. Where the reason why we have that, I just want to point out, is that under the capital projects and health life safety funds, we are expending a lot out of those funds due to the projects and to the bonds that we've had previously taken out. And so with the construction project right now, we still have those bills coming through. So when we remove those, we are actually at a $280,000 surplus. So the capital projects and the health life safety funds, we are not receiving that additional revenue because we received that in the past. So now we are just expending that. And then with the health life safety, we are not able to hold a balance in that since we issue those health life safety bonds to be used for our construction project. So that fund needs to be expelled completely this year. So just as we look at the budget, we would see that including those, there's a large expenditures in those areas, but in reality, that's just paying off the project with prior bonds that we had issued. Any questions on budget? Okay. So I do want to make note, as we were going through everything and we were looking at our cash flow and our fund balances, over the past couple of years, we've levied a lot more in the operations and maintenance fund, or Fund 20. And we did that because while we were working on the building and we were improving our critical infrastructure, we wanted to make sure that we had adequate funding in case something major happened, a major expense, major capital project related to facilities. We wanted to be able to have the funding available to address those issues. Well, as we started working through the construction project, and we're in a lot better place since a lot of the equipment has been replaced, we have formed a big surplus in our O&M fund. We haven't expended nearly as much as we were bringing in. As I mentioned, we levied higher. So we were asking for more money to be allocated into that fund versus, let's say, the education fund. So what we like to recommend to the board is we like to initiate some inter-fund transfers to be able to move some of that O&M money over to other funds to better allocate our resources. So we recommend an inter-fund transfer of $685,000 from the O&M fund, Fund 20, into Education Fund 10 to help rebalance our fund and provide more support for educational programming. We recommend an inter-fund transfer of $90,000 to the Transportation Fund 40 to remove an expected deficit from our rising transportation costs. Then, for next tax levy, we will be levying more to be able to bring in more revenue into that fund for the next fiscal year to be able to fund those expenditures. And then we recommend an inter-fund transfer of $25,000 to the Municipal Retirement Social Security Fund, which is Fund 50, to also remove an expected deficit from the changes we've occurred in increased expenditures out of that fund this past year. Again, we plan on levying higher into that fund to be able to build that up for the next year so that we don't have that deficit. So by moving those over, we would put all of our funds into the positive. And we feel comfortable with that for the future, for this FY26 budget. So that is the end of my presentation. Are there any questions? Yes?
Yeah, when the federal and the state cut the money, do they give any reasonable explanations for it? Or is it just kind of, here's what you're getting, deal with it?
Unfortunately, it just here's what we're getting.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you really don't know what they base it on or
Right,
why
no,
they?
we don't.
Okay.
And we're staying very attuned to it. So like with the
Mhm.
state funding, we didn't put any specific numbers, but we know that there's going to be some changes coming. And so we just want to put that on your radar so you're informed. We are taking that into account so we can plan more conservatively, so we can expect that we would receive a little bit less. If it works out not being the case, then that works, in a positive, we have that surplus, but we just want to plan and be prepared.
Okay. Well, thank you. That was very,
All right.
very nice.
All right, thank you.
Okay, any public comment on the presentation or the budget? May I have a motion to close the hearing?
Motion.
Maria? Dan? Any questions from the board? Jill, may I have a roll call?
Yes. Mrs. Wacholder?
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky?
Yes.
Mr. Genovese?
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador?
Yes.
Mr. Theberg?
Yes.
Okay, and now we would like to call to order our regular monthly board meeting. Today, September 10th. So I welcome everyone that's here, and can we please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Jill, may I have a roll call to determine a quorum?
Yes. Mrs. Wacholder?
Present?
Mrs. Lazarevsky?
Here.
Mr. Tarjan? Mr. Genovese?
Still here.
Mr. Parisi? Still not here. Mrs. Salvador?
Here.
Mr. Theberg?
Here.
Okay, and at this time, we do have a public comment from Ms. Sarah Adkins. I don't think so.
Yeah. You're on.
Hello?
You can
Oh,
come
okay.
here.
That's weird, isn't it?
They hear it out in the audience.
Hello, everybody. Most of you know me. I am Sarah Adkins. I'm a third grade teacher here, and I'm also our local union president. So I wanted to come up here today to express our thank you and gratitude on behalf of all of the teachers here to the school board. Really appreciate the shirt that you got us. I see Mrs. Lazarevsky sporting it here today. It's really been a nice shirt to have. I do appreciate you guys change it up. Don't have the same tee year after year, which has been nice. And you guys fed us during our Institute days. So we're very appreciative for a free lunch as well. So thank you. What I want to talk mostly about, though, is all the changes and all the new things and the excitement that we have had at Pennoyer to start our year. Our new rooms are amazing. I moved into my classroom in 2002, and everything about it feels different. I mean, from a personal perspective, like it smells nice, it's bright. I have nice lighting. When I walk in the room, they come on, I can dim them. My floors are wonderful. Everything just feels so clean and bright. It's like, it just feels so good to be here. The kids love it. They love it. And not only do we know that from what they say, the comments that they make, but like their actions, like overall, they're very respectful. The kids have been great, like kind of an overall maturity level with all of these new things. The kids seem very appreciative. I know the staff is so thankful to have this opportunity. It really feels like finally we've gotten our district in a position where we can really lead the way. Other people want now what we have, which is amazing and exciting. We have good direction moving forward with our strategic plan and all of that. So it's just been such a very exciting and wonderful start to the year. And we wouldn't have been here without all of your support. So thank you for everything that you do for putting teachers and kids first and helping us be successful here. It's really been a great start to the year, and I'm looking forward to the whole rest of the year. So on behalf of all of us, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sarah. Well, one of the questions I was going to ask anyone that was here tonight, were there any specific comments from the students that like really stood out?
So I did have one actually. I have a new student this year, new to Pennoyer, and he kept talking the first 2 days about how clean our building was. I had to find Steve to tell him because he's just, it's so clean here. There's no trash. Like he's like amazed, and it's so bright, and like that really was very fun to have a new person come in and be like, this place is amazing.
Well, that's great to
But
hear.
all the kids have just been really great.
The lockers, all the kids getting
They
their
love
own
the
locker
lockers.
is a really big deal.
It is.
Yeah, just such
Sure.
an appreciation for the new space, and it makes teaching, and I think for the kids learning, they're just like really excited, they're very present, and we feel really lucky to have this new space, and I told my kids on the first day that it's really special that they get to have the new space, and they're my first group in this new room, which is really cool, so
Wow.
we're loving it so much.
Great, thank you. Thank you very much. Hopefully, we'll continue to move in that direction.
They love the media center. The couch is an electric couch.
I
It
was-
informed me.
I was blown away when I saw that. I was like, because I remembered what it was, and I'm like,
They're plugs
Doesn't
in
even
it,
seem
though.
possible.
So the kids are like, it's an electric couch.
Yeah.
And my
The
whole
electric
class was able to go today and fit in there, like, because you've got the inside and you've got the outside. My whole class sat on that couch and listened to Mrs. Johnnick read them the story. It was beautiful.
very
It was just
nice, nice,
so nice.
wonderful. Because the downfall for the past rooms was always no windows. But now it's like you don't even miss the windows not being there because the lighting is so nice and the colors are so bright. So,
Yes.
yeah, I was just stunned when I saw that.
It's amazing.
I told my husband, you've got to come to Pennoyer with me one day because you're not even going to think it's the same school our kid went to
Yeah.
many years ago. Okay, thank you. And for our Pennoyer Pride this evening,
Great, well, we just have a short video showcasing the excitement of this new school year.
Very cute. Very nice.
We did. We had an awesome start to the school year. The excitement, you could just feel it. Pat and I were inside as the kids were walking in, and they were just shocked by the transformation. And I have to give huge kudos to our teachers. They spent basically from winter break till the end of the year packing up their rooms. I've never seen so many boxes in my life. And they showed up and were just so excited, and their rooms were ready in a day. I was like, well, you know, we'll get done what you can get done. They had everything set up and ready to go, and the rooms look beautiful. I know the board walked through Monday night, and you saw that. So thank you, teachers, for a great start to the year. Thank you to the administration. A lot happened this summer, and we're just really excited to keep this train rolling. So thank you, board.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I know when I walked in the media center the other night, I said, who put all these books back? Well, there was a lot of books.
Ivana did it. Hercules.
Well, thank all of you. And we'll just keep working as a team and keep moving. The only word that I kept repeating that night that we took the tour was modern. It looks so modern. That became like my favorite word.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's amazing.
All right. Okay, I need a motion, please, for the approval of the consent agenda.
Motion.
Claudia?
Second.
Second, Maria. Are there any questions? Roll call, Jill?
Mrs. Lazarevsky?
Yes.
Mr. Genovese?
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador?
Yes.
Mr. Theberg?
Yes.
Mrs. Wacholder?
Yes. And now we'll move on to information items. Dr. Gupta?
All right, so we are currently sitting at 434 students. We'll be adding some more preschool friends as we go through the next couple months. I want to point out that you guys in the consent agenda just approved employment for 2 new paraprofessionals. They'll be assigned to our 8th grade. Our 8th grade was already our largest class, and we welcomed 6 move-ins over the summer that we didn't anticipate. So, yeah, so we have the paraprofessional support in 8th grade.
What is the 8th grade enrollment?
The 8th grade enrollment is 62.
Wow.
So it is one of our larger classes. The FOIA report, we just had our typical FOIAs that everyone in the neighborhood got. Does the board have any questions about those? All right, principal report.
All right, so it has been I just want to echo what everybody's been saying. It's been a great start to the school year. I just appreciate everybody's efforts. And this first principals report really focuses on 2 things. PBIS is always, you know, we really take that to heart, and it's really something that we live here every day with our students and our staff. But at the beginning of the year, it's really important to kind of reset those expectations. We do have a lot of new students. Sometimes we have new staff and stuff too. So it was just a really good week with the support of our teachers and Mrs. Slauson, setting up PBIS rotations and talking to students about being respectful, being responsible, being problem solvers. This is the first year that we did it in these new learning hub spaces. We had like new things to talk about. What do we do in these learning hubs? What do we do in the new media center? What does it look like? So it was really fun to be able to start talking about those expectations. And the students really, like Ms. Atkins said, they've really been rising to the occasion in our updated school. You know, we have our PBIS posters that are housed in all the classrooms. They're really nice because they're laminated and you can write on them. This is actually PEs, and everybody can personalize them for what does it look like in this space when we're being respectful, being responsible, and being a problem solver. And yeah, so we'll continue, you know, talking about this stuff on a daily and a weekly basis, and then hit it again, like as a whole school in the wintertime, usually after winter break. Then FastBridge screening. This was a big undertaking. Big shout out to Ms. Norgard, Ms. Tronco, and just all the staff that took the time the first week and a half so of school to screen all of our kindergartners through fifth graders with this literacy tool. This universal screener, it really is great. It's we're actually going to talk about probably at our SIP day how to dig into the reports a little bit as a staff and utilize them not just to drive some supports, but even instruction in the classroom and guide our curriculum as we go through, this big literacy curriculum revision with the new Illinois literacy plan that you guys adopted over the summer and the revisions that all our teachers are going to go through in the next month or so. So we're excited about, again, just this data-rich information that we're going to get to support our students. And FastBridge will work like MAP. We will progress monitor and do it again in the winter and in the spring and work on those foundational literacy skills with our students and see where they're at and where we can meet them. So, thank you.
Thank you.
All
Okay.
right.
Strategic Plan 2025-2030 update.
Okay, so we have a little presentation on this. Yeah, I can do that. Sometimes my computer doesn't like the Learning Hub.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you want me to send you the link? Yeah, I can reshare it. Sorry about that.
Where's the brew crew when we need them?
Yeah, our
Yay.
girls softball team has been on fire.
Awesome. Nice.
Karen was saying last year they didn't have any wins. Oh, yeah, they're doing really well. That's right.
We're pretty sure Karen assigned the students drills to do all summer in both math and softball.
Yeah.
She told me they need a new pitcher coming up. I think they're gonna take your kid there.
Yeah, I gotta get her arm ready. I don't know how to throw like that though. I don't think I can.
The way they
anymore.
wind up,
It's right, Barb doesn't.
No, it doesn't go that. It doesn't go that way anymore.
it's unreal, especially when you're
It's the
watching the
correct way.
college level girls.
It's crazy.
You
to
just
see
expect
that.
their arm to go
So,
flying
I
out of the
remember-
socket with the ball.
I
Crazy.
tried hitting against
your body. Think about
college.
Major League
I was in high school.
Oh.
I tried hitting-
surgery.
Yeah, really?
Surgery.
All right.
And I wasn't the only one.
Hurting
Wow.
So a little state of the district, and this is all tied to our strategic plan. So as you remember, our strategic plan from that we started in year 2020, we had finished right before COVID hit, and the board was committed to moving forward with that strategic plan. And we had these 4 buckets: always student achievement and growth, family and community partnerships, and high quality staff. But I really outlined resources because that is really what we spent that 5 years working on. Looking at our facilities plan, strategy to increase awareness to help obtain revenues to support our school and allocate those resources. So many of you will remember, this is what we looked like. Up in the corner there, that's our old intercom system, very Charlie Brown. We had those gross lockers inside of the classroom. I believe that was one of the 4th grade classrooms. We can't forget our beautiful art room. No windows, no ventilation. Then we had that science lab. We have a picture of our old library. And then, of course, the lovely locker rooms. So, you know, those were things that we really talked about that we had to improve. And like the teacher, like Sarah said, like, this is what our kids and teachers lived in. And it really reflected in the way that they functioned in the building. Now, these are those spaces. And what a huge difference. So when we went to plan our 2025-2030 strategic plan, we took that bucket off. So you'll see the buckets there on the right. We kept our vision and mission and our core values. And that bucket on the right, the resources, we feel like we really did such a great job. So as Adam mentioned, we're focusing on the student achievement and literacy, of course, our high quality staff, and our family and community partnerships. So we had a great strategic planning team, administration board, students, faculty, our educational partners, both superintendents from Maine 207 and Ridgewood, parents, and community members. And we met in this room and dug through the data and really, as a group, found those data points that we wanted to really work on and improve for the next 5 years. So this summer, the administration met with our facilitator, and we did a draft of the strategic plan, the implementation plan, and then Adam met with team leaders and department chairs, and we kind of vetted it and really came up with a good roadmap for this year. So we'll be looking at our targets for improvement. Our long-range goal for this is that the school district will promote the continuous improvement of academic performance of students to enrich their educational career pathways. So we're really looking at MAP spring to spring. So we're looking at where the students ended last year and where they're going to end this year. So we're really going to look at did they increase how we wanted them to increase, and we're going to look at the national norms from MAP. And we're also going to take our local data, and we're looking to increase it by 5% for both reading and math. So where we came from that, this was all data part of the data review that we did as a huge strategic plan team. We looked at our Illinois Assessment for Readiness scores, which again, I mentioned to the board last month, they're recalibrating those. Those cut scores aren't even out yet. So this is gonna look a little bit different, but it is still good historical data to go back and look at and see where we compare to the rest of the state. Again, this is for mathematics. Then we look at those triangles, the tier 1, where you want at least 80% of your students. Tier 2, those are your students in interventions that are receiving a little more help. And then tier 3, that's typically your special education students. So we look at that. And then we look at MAP data, and where you see that pink line, that's where the national norm is. So looking at that MAP data and deciding where we're gonna focus for math. We did the same for ELA. And here we noted that we have a little bit more room for growth in ELA than we do for math overall. So that's with the adoption of the literacy plan. As Adam had mentioned, the Fast Bridge, just another tool for us to really dig in for literacy for students to have that early identification of skills that we need to work on with them. So we took our other long-term goal and developed targets for this year. So the district long-range goal, providing a positive environment that offers diverse, enriching learning experiences that help students feel safe, valued, respected, resilient, healthy, actively engaged, and academically challenged. This is one that the team really talked through. our strategic plan team to really come up with that verbiage. There was a lot of intense and strong feelings about some of those words. But what we did when we looked at this for students, we really looked at that 5 essentials data. And I know this is small, this will all be up on the website, but we really looked at the 5 essentials data on what the student side of the survey that they take, and looked at where can we make improvements and be really intentional about that this year for our students. So again, looking back at historical 5 essentials student data, and creating SMART goals. So one thing that we looked at as well was chronic absenteeism. We're waiting for the state to release that, but we're looking to make an improvement on that for this year. Decreasing that number of minor behaviors and decreasing the number of major behaviors, all part of our PBIS. So just looking at that student data, we really made a huge decrease from the prior year in both of those, but we want to continue to see that go down. And our absentee data up on the chart on the top, you know, I'd like to say those 2 years during COVID, we really weren't keeping that data. The state really allowed for a lot of absences, but then you'll see it ticks back up when we went back to our normal protocols in 2023 and continues to tick up. So again, that's students that are absent 10 or more times within a year, really working with the families and trying to we still have a large amount of school avoidance, and we really want to address that. So our action plan, I know this is small, I don't expect you guys to be able to read through all this, but this is our timeline, who's responsible, and that is this for this year, to really address those 3 main areas under the student, the student bucket. But as Adam spoke about, looking at our ELA, that is a huge push, our literacy this year. We've already started some of this work. Working with teachers to determine what we're doing during that enrichment period to kind of set that back on track, really reviewing our resources to make sure that they're being utilized with fidelity across the grade level, reviewing school-wide data as an admin team, and our teachers do the same at their level, and then starting to look at the professional learning community. We have our team leaders and administration will be going in October to a 2-day conference out in Naperville for that, but really functioning as a school-wide team to really take in student data to help guide and improve our teaching practices. Our next goal is really focused around ongoing collaboration with our teachers to promote student success and professional growth. So again, this is what we pulled from the 5 essentials data that all teachers take at the end of the year. And we saw that we had, the strategic plan team saw that there's room for growth for collaboration. So we looked at that data, and a lot is observing in other teachers' classrooms and having teachers work with each other and have those opportunities to provide that feedback and to watch each other. Our teachers are such a great wealth of knowledge, those best practice that they all can share with each other. So looking at the high quality staff, working with our summer retreats with our teachers, looking at that professional learning conferences. We've already put together an opportunity for our year 2 mentees and mentors to do learning walks with each other and have opportunities to get in each other's classrooms. So we're going to be very purposeful about this as well this year. And our third bucket are family and community partnerships to promote student success and expand our student learning. Again, looking at those 5 essential data that parents also take. And I do have to say, 5 essentials won't even publish the parent data unless you have at least 20%. And we typically get around 30% of parent participation. So we do receive a good sample size. But we noticed an area of an improvement is teacher contact with parents, contacting parents personally to discuss their child's academic achievement, providing suggestions to parents, and then listening to suggestions. So we're looking to also increase the amount of parents that sign up for our PBIS rewards. Last year, we had 109 families signed up for that system. This year, we're hoping for 120. So just looking again at the data, this is the data that the strategic plan team looked at. And our parents are very satisfied about teachers reaching out when there's events, and they feel like they stay very informed by the school. But again, it's drilling down to that personalization of learning. So our action plan for community partnerships is really focused around our strategic plan, getting the word out to parents. This year we'll also be hosting 3 parent universities. We just received a grant to help fund that. So really having that dialogue with parents and helping them understand what they can do on their end and how we can partner together to make their learning experience for their children the best it can be at Pennoyer School. So, kind of the theme. We're going to have a great year.
Yes.
Any questions from the board? Okay.
Thank you. That was wonderful. So our strategic plan is.
And I'm sorry, and I
in
did
great shape.
mention in that we did just find out last week that the Japanese Chamber of Commerce and Industry, the JCC Foundation, which has an office right here off of Bryn Mawr, did award us a $5,000 grant that will be supplying parents with books. Rachel and Adam are going to be leading that, and with other faculty. And we're going to have 3 evenings where we'll really dig into what we can do to partner and best help our students. And Alicia will be absent from the October board meeting because she'll be down at the Japanese consulate down on Michigan Avenue accepting that check. I wonder if it's going to be a big check. Yes, so. Yeah. All right, and that's what I have for information items today.
JCCC.
We're on the map.
JCCC.
Japanese Chamber. All right, thank you very much. That was a lot of
Let's see, I know.
upbeat information. And now, for our action items, I'm going to need a motion for the approval of the following policies. 7.180, prevention of and response to bullying, intimidation, and harassment. 7.185, teen dating violence prohibited. 7.190, student behavior. 7.200, suspension procedures. 7.210, expulsion procedures. 7.250, student support services. 7.255, students who are parents, expectant parents, or victims of domestic or sexual abuse. 7.270, administering medicines to students. 7.310, restrictions on publications, elementary schools. 7.340, student records. And 8.30, visitors to and conduct on school property. May I have a motion?
Second.
Second. Are there any questions regarding any of these? Jill, may I have a roll call?
Yes. Mr. Genovese?
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador?
Yes.
Mr. Thaberg?
Yes.
Mrs. Wacholder?
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky?
Yes. Okay, I need a motion for the minutes of the Bina public hearing. Motion. Claudia?
Second.
Dan? Are there any questions? Jill, roll call, please.
Mrs. Salvador?
Yes.
Mr. Thaberg?
Yes.
Mrs. Wacholder?
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky?
Yes.
Mr. Genovese?
Yes.
And now I need a motion for the Illinois Association of School Board, the IASB Delegate Assembly appointment, Maria Salvador.
Motion.
Second.
Are there any questions? Roll call, Jill?
Mr. Theberg,
Yes.
Mrs. Wacholder,
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky. Yes. Mr. Genovese,
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador.
Yes.
Maria, thank you very much for taking that on. Again, you do such a good job and keep us very well informed, so we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay, now I will need, we reviewed it earlier with Pat. Now we need a motion to approve the budget for the fiscal year of 2026.
Motion. Second.
Any questions? Roll call, Jill?
Mrs. Wacholder,
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky. Yes. Mr. Genovese,
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador,
Yes.
Mr. Theberg.
Yes.
Okay, and now we will need a motion for the final regular payment, number 12, to Troop Contracting Incorporated in the amount of $418,158.64 for Phase 1 of the construction work.
Motion.
Second.
Are there any questions? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Lazarevsky. Yes. Mr. Genovese,
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador,
Yes.
Mr. Theberg,
Yes.
Mrs. Wacholder.
Yes. And now for discussion items, we have the first reading of the following policies. 1.10, school district legal status. 1.20, district organization, operations, and cooperative. 2.80, board member oath and conduct. 2.130, board superintendent relationship.
And this all kind of ties into what we all learned on Monday night at the board training with our association trainer. Are there any questions on any of this? I will say policy 120, district organization operations and cooperative agreements, those do list the various cooperative agreements that we have, our insurance cooperatives and our special ed cooperative, and that is exclusive to Pennoyer School. All right, any questions?
Thank you. I was missing the word agreement on mine. Okay, at this time, the board will be going into closed session for, this is my favorite thing, the appointment, employment, compensation, discipline, performance, or dismissal of specific employees, specific individuals who serve as independent contractors in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or specific volunteers of the public body or legal counsel for the public body, including hearing testimony on a complaint lodged against an employee, a specific individual who serves as an independent contractor in a park, recreational, or educational setting, or a volunteer of the public body, or against legal counsel for the public body to determine its validity. However, a meeting to consider an increase in compensation to a specific employee of a public body that is subject to the Local Government Wage Increase Transparency Act may not be closed and shall be open to the public and posted and held in accordance with this Act 5 ILCS 120-2C1. Okay, so at this time, do I need a vote on adjournment or just?
Motion.
Can I have a motion for adjournment, please?
No,
No.
motion.
I'm
to
sorry.
go into Closed session.
Motion to go into closed session. We haven't gone in closed session.
Motion.
Right.
Second.
Second, Maria?
Yep.
Can I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Genovese,
Yes.
Mrs. Salvador. Yes. Mr. Theberg,
Yes.
Mrs. Wacholder,
Yes.
Mrs. Lazarevsky. Yes.
There will be no further business conducted when we come out of closed session, so enjoy your evening and thank you for being here, and let's keep this vibe going.
We'll meet in room